In today's brand new Sexted,
William's back from New York and he's sporting a new look.
Jordan reveals what really happens on stag do's.
And it turns out William Hanson has been subconsciously telling me to piss off for years.
And find out how we would react if a sexual rendezvous turned into an unexpected accident.
Hello and welcome to Help I Sexted My Boss, the podcast where we help you navigate the challenges of modern life, answering your 21st century questions and finding solutions to those everyday dilemmas. Like, how do you find out if your builder is exercising their squatters' rights? Could Butlins Weekender be the perfect location for a Sexted live show?
I hope not.
And what should you do if you've accidentally sexted your boss? But we're not usual agony ants, are we? William Hanson, UK's leading etiquette expert.
No, we're not Jordan North, radio presenter. I'm more Park Lane, you're more Park Bench. That's from Leanne.
That's very harsh. That's very, very harsh, Simon.
No, what's wrong with a park bench? Everyone loves sitting on a park bench.
Yeah, but we know what they're insinuating by park bench.
What are they insinuating?
Well, they're insinuating. I know exactly what they're insinuating. Leanne.
Do you not want people sitting on you?
No, you know what they mean by park bench.
Genuinely, I don't.
Well, they mean like I'm a homeless person who sleeps on a park bench. Are they not?
Okay. Well, that's not what I took from that.
That's what I got from it. Sorry, Leanne.
That's what I got from it. You did the posh voice again.
What I got from it, Leanne.
I love it.
Who we toasting to? Should we have a drink?
Yes, let's have a drink. Could you do the gin for me, please?
I'm only joking, Leanne. It was a very good one this week, that. Thank you. Oh, God, you've had a good week.
Yeah, well.
Phew. You're back, baby.
There we go.
How is Mikey?
He's very well. Sends his love.
Oh, thank you.
He's looking forward to spending time with you in a few weeks. We'll come on to that in a minute.
Wow, what are we doing in a few weeks?
Henley.
I don't know if I'm coming or going.
We are going to toast Chris and Anna, who discovered they had a mutual Help I Sexted My Boss connection whilst on a first date.
I love that.
Let's get it on. Anna is a longtime G&Diva and Chris is friends with our very own Vizzy Izzy. And apparently that might help seal the deal for the second date. So, Chris and Anna, bottoms up.
Can I just say... Can I just mention as well the G&Diva who I seen on Sunday when I was walking back to the gym. I was just putting my keys in the door of my house.
Yeah.
Got a tap on the shoulder and I thought, this is it. And I turned round and he just pointed at his phone and went, I'm listening to you. I went, oh. And then he just walked off.
But hang on, your stairs, you have to go down.
No, it was the other door.
The other access, right. But still, you have to climb up a couple of stairs.
Yeah.
That's a bit of an intrusion.
It was a bit weird. Yeah.
I had someone, I come off the, was it Tottenham Court Road? I can't remember where I came off, but they were like, oh, look.
Yeah, I love
So
it when
hello
G&Divas
to
do.
them.
But outside my house, it was like, oh, that's a bit weird. So he knows where I live, but he just wandered off. And I usually would have liked to have known his name and would have said, please don't tell everyone where I live. But yeah, right outside my house.
I'm glad nothing untoward happened to you and you're still here. Anyway, you all right?
Yeah, good. How's your week been? It's good to have you here in
Well, it's
person.
lovely to be back in the actual studio and
Yeah.
not on a screen.
How was NYC?
NYC, it was good, thank you. I felt
Yeah.
like a real local because I spent a lot of my year, and I'm not going back for a while now, but I spent a lot of my year, I was very fortunate to do that, and towards the end of last year there, you sort of fall into it's not like you're there on holiday. Well, I wasn't there on holiday, but you got your little CVS I'm going to get my bottles of water and my hairspray when I run out every other day. And
It's windy in New York.
yeah, and it was nice. The weather was a bit rubbish this trip, or it was lovely the time before. And the last 4 trips, Jordan, didn't see a single rat.
Did you know?
Nope.
It's because, you know why? What they're doing in New York?
Contraception pills for rats.
Is that what they're doing?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they were just going to say they should start doing it over here.
I don't think they're shooting the rats.
They are. They're culling them, aren't they?
Well, they're putting. So apparently they paid a consultancy firm. I forget which one. I'm not going to say which one it was in case I get it wrong. But generally, everyone this is true. You can look this up. They paid a consultancy firm $5 million to work out what they should be doing about the rat problem. And do you know what this $5 million report said?
Go on.
Bins. Because you know in New York they just chuck the rubbish on the streets. They're like, why don't you put them in bins? $5 million. Thank you very much.
Oh, what? The bin bags?
Yeah, they just chuck the bin bags on the street.
I got told off because when I first went to New York, it was the first thing I said.
Yeah, well, that's what they do.
Yeah. I was like, how massive are their bin bags? It's like, we're literally in Times Square. You've wanted to come here all your life, and that's the first thing you say. So I got, yeah.
But yeah, now they've got the wheelie bins, but the wheelie bins aren't big enough, so it's still overspilling.
So how are they giving rats contraception?
So I presume, I don't know, funnily enough, haven't looked it up, but presumably in the bait boxes that they have around, that, we have in this country,
Yeah.
presumably loaded in is contraception pills.
And where are the Catholic Church on this?
Well, I don't know. Maybe we should ask the new Pope.
The new Pope. I would like to know.
Old Leo.
I would like to know his opinions on this. Where is he? Because
should we write to the Vatican City?
I think we should say, Leo, how's it hanging?
No, I think we start with Your Holiness.
Your holy. Is that how would you write?
Do you know? I don't. Do you know? I know how we'd write to a member of the royal family. I don't actually know how you would start a letter other than Your Holiness potentially. I don't know if you do royal family in this country, you're not. I mean, you can sort of now write direct to them, but you're meant to go via a private secretary. Mm-hmm. But if you write, say, Your Majesty, you close your letter, I have the honour to remain Your Majesty's most humble and obedient servant.
Do you still write that now?
Well, I mean, it's not often I'm writing. I text anyway. But
God.
if you were going to, if you wanted to be super correct, it is quite old-fashioned.
Right. Okay. Maybe you do it for an etiquetteology, how to write to a pope, and you could do like history of popes and letters.
Okay. I feel we did Vatican City gift shop, didn't we? But we can. Okay, I'll have a look at.
Okay. And just see where his opinion are on contraception.
That might take longer than a couple of weeks' time to get a response to. I don't know what. Let's be honest. Let's put it this way. My response time to handwritten letters is about 3 to 4 months. I'm sure the Pope gets 1 or 2 more letters than me.
Okay.
So I suspect it might take a while,
Right.
if indeed we get one at all.
What else has been going on? So you've been to New York City.
BB, my literary agent, was over.
Your agent's not called BB.
Yeah. Well, she is now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So BB was over, and she came over just for the book, and I thought, well, I'll treat her because she's come over just for this. So I took her to the theatre. She'd never been to a Broadway show before, so I went to go and see Death Becomes Her. It's my second time watching it. It's nominated for 10 Tony Awards. Actually, at the time of his episode being released, it might have won some of them.
Oh, okay.
Because the Tonys... Who do you think's going to win a Tony this year?
Tony?
No. Oh, Sunset Boulevard's nominated for 6, your favourite show.
What about...
Yeah. Blood Brothers.
Is Blood Brothers in there?
It's not on Broadway.
Oh.
No.
Yeah, but it was in Wimbledon.
Jordan, I mean, that's not even off Broadway. That's not even off Broadway. That is...
So why has it got to be in Broadway? Just because it was in
Wimbledon?
Wimbledon?
Because the Tony Awards are for shows in the United States of America on Broadway.
Right.
Generally. It probably has done Broadway.
What's the Olivier's then?
That's the British version.
And what's the other one?
That's it.
No, there's Tony's, Olivier's.
Well, there's like the Drama Desk Award. There's the Screen Actors Guild, but that's film. There are others, but the 2 big ones
After
are...
Laurence Olivier?
After Laurence Olivier, yes.
He died filming Gladiator, didn't he?
Gladiator, what, with Russell Crowe?
Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah.
Can we fact check this?
He was like one of the greatest actors of all time.
Yes, I would agree on that, if you like that sort
of
thing.
He was a bit of a pisshead.
He was also married to Jane Plowright, who died.
Yeah, he died
recently.
filming Gladiator.
Is that true? 1989.
No, he died filming Gladiator.
No, Gladiator was not filmed in 1989.
Who died filming Gladiator? Oliver Reed, I'm thinking of.
He was the pisshead.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Laurence Olivier probably liked to drink as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Oliver Reed. Laurence Olivier. Right, I'm with you.
I'm sitting here with Mark Commode, isn't it?
Thank you. Yeah. So you went there.
So I went there, took Harriet to Death Becomes Her, which was excellent. The audience was electric. However, we've talked about bad theatre etiquette this side of the pond before. It's not brilliant over there either. I would say Sunset Boulevard, when I saw that a few weeks ago again, everyone was excellent, well behaved. But woman behind me, obviously she turned her phone off, fair enough, but her Apple Watch kept pinging every time she got. And I sort of would look round pointedly. She wasn't even clocking that I was turning around staring at her.
Did you ask her?
During the interval.
What did you say?
I said, hello. In fact, at the time I wanted to actually say it, by the time I got back to my seat after going to the loo, she wasn't there. And I was getting a bit stressed that she'd sort of come in during Act 2 when it had started. I don't want to say anything. But anyway, luckily she took her seat. I said, oh, hello, madam. I hope you're enjoying the show. Your smartwatch keeps making a ping every time someone texts you. I was just wondering if you could put that onto silent, please, because it's quite annoying. And she went, oh, okay. As if I had sort of I didn't think that was an imposition.
No.
It didn't then ping.
But was it actually pinging during the show?
Yeah.
That's
ping.
so
always in the
rude.
quiet bit as well, not even in the big numbers.
That's so rude.
So rude.
I wouldn't have had the guts to say anything, but fair play.
Well, I just decided no, enough was enough. Anyway, next to BB were the two gentlemen. and they were youngish, and I'd like to think younger people, I'd say, we've said this before, generally behave better than some of the older people in theatres. They were chatting away, not even bothering to sort of speak under their voice. Not that they should be speaking under their voice, but there was no attempt. I did sort of stare at them halfway through, and that sort of managed to shut them up. But as BB and I were coming up from the bathrooms, to use the American term, to take our seats, she said, "Oh, the people next to me are just chatting away. It's so irritating. I might say something." Not realising that as she said that, as we turned a corner, she was half a metre away from them, and they absolutely heard her say that. And I just smiled and I went, well, they're definitely not going to speak in Act 2.
Why are people speaking during performance? I blame Trump.
I don't know if you can blame that on Trump because, and you can blame a lot on him, but you can't necessarily blame that. It's just, I think it's COVID. That's what I blame.
No.
It's because people didn't stop going to the theatre and we watched all these things at home. And with that said, I don't want Mikey chippering away, giving a running commentary on whatever we're watching on the television.
Oh, I do. I'm well annoying.
Oh.
Yeah. Just be quiet if you're in cinemas and you're in
It's
theatre.
a communal experience.
Just be quiet.
It's not your own private
We
showing.
should have like little torches like what we have over here and just flash them at people.
Well, ushers sometimes, they're very good if you get your mobile phone out. They will absolutely come and flash you, not in that way, but in, just put your phone away. But of course, the ushers can't necessarily hear the talking because only the people immediately each side of the people talking that can hear. But anyway, we had a nice time anyway.
What else have you been up to?
Well, can you remember, I think it was last week or the week before, I talked about you were going to wear one potentially for the summertime ball.
A jumpsuit.
Suit.
Shoot.
No. Suit.
Suit.
Better.
Jumpsuit.
Yes.
Suit.
And I was wondering whether I would look good in one. I can't remember whether you said I would or not.
Yeah. Well, you're quite tall.
Yeah.
And you have got a bit of a package, so you probably would.
I'm not sure that's the complete qualification for...
You are packing, my friend.
Okay. Well, I unpacked at the weekend when I got back.
Yeah.
Read into that how you will. Anyway.
There's bulge and there's bulge and then there's you.
Jordan.
He's got a big
Jordan.
old cock. Big old cock.
Anyway, I've had a bit of a photo shoot done.
No.
Me in a jumpsuit. Prepare to see the butchest man in a jumpsuit you have ever seen. It's coming on the screens now. Jordan, describe what you see. I know you're colourblind, so...
It's not a jumpsuit. You look like a mechanic.
Well, it is a jump... Well, what do you think a jumpsuit is? So I'm wearing my glasses.
You're wearing your glasses. You've got a polo neck on, a turtleneck.
It's a green. It's a very dark green.
Why have you got that on? And that's the kind of jump... You know, Churchill kind of invented that. He designed it.
Put a photo on our carousel.
Yeah.
It's a yellow background. I think I think it's a look I could rock.
Where's it from?
I don't know. It was found for me.
Is it
I was having a
photoshopped?
No, it's not photoshopped. I did a whole range. We'll do a whole range of them on our carousel, and if you're watching on YouTube, you'll see it. I think I look quite butch, don't you?
No. That's
Also,
not the one I wanted. Like a Benson Boone type one.
Oh, well, I'll have to have another photo shoot in one.
God, you look. I don't know. You look like you're on a CBBC show. I don't know. You look like Wacky William or something.
Zofia, who does our tech, said I look like one of the women, the female mechanics in World War II.
Yes, that's what you look like.
Yes.
What was the Queen in? The regiment she was in?
RVWS or something like that. Yeah,
you look like you're in that.
Mm.
And have you kept the jumpsuit?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, all the labels were on for that photo shoot for it to come out. I really quite liked it. I felt quite empowered wearing a jumpsuit. Although lots of people, when we talked about it a few weeks ago, messaged me to say, nightmare if you need to go to the loo.
Yeah, I can imagine.
However, whatever you've got down there, absolute nightmare. And to be fair, I was wearing that for about 10 minutes.
You look handsome.
Thank you so much, yeah.
You look good, but it's just something I never thought I'd see you in.
No. Well, I'll stick to my signature style.
Good.
In a manly polo, as they're often described currently. And final other thing, just on beauty, whilst we're continuing a theme, lots of people, when I was live from New York, from a travel tavern, asked me what my skincare or makeup that I was wearing. I'd just like to say I was not wearing a drop of makeup that time. That was just beautifully lit from the New York sun. And that's just my skin.
You did look good.
I did look very good.
You did look good.
We've talked about...
You've done your skin routine before. It's one of our first YouTube videos, wasn't it?
It was. I would do it again, probably. But also, I would say with skincare routines, when you see people on social media doing, here's my skincare routine, Well, that's their skin. Your skin is different to my skin, is different to Stuart's skin, is different to Iz's skin. Everyone's skin is different. So what works for me may not work for someone else. So you can watch the video, but it's not necessarily, take it with a very large pinch of salt.
And plus, you pay a lot of money for Botox.
With on the face Ollie.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, is that what his name is now?
Yeah.
Do you have any friends or associates that don't have a nickname? Is he called On the Face Ollie?
Yeah, I think you or Ben came up with that a few weeks ago.
You've been done recently as well, I can tell.
I beg your pardon?
You can tell, because it's definitely, this is the peak spot. That forehead is looking sharp.
Thank you very much.
So, you know, like when I get a new haircut and a fresh fade, and I feel...
Yeah, it was a while ago.
Feel like it was, to be fair. Bash. That forehead is bang on. You could project a film on that.
Projection map.
Yeah. Look, there is not a wrinkle. Just try and wrinkle. Can you wrinkle? Doesn't move. Smile. Do a big grin. No, big smile. Oh my God, it doesn't move. It's so weird.
He's very good on the face, Ollie.
Have you seen Kylie Jenner's? No, not Kylie Jenner's.
Kylie Minogue?
No, Kris Jenner's.
No.
Oh my God, have you not seen it?
No. I'll be honest, I probably couldn't pick them out.
They
of the
reckon
lineup.
it's the best face job in the world. Right, I'm going to show it you now. Have you not seen it?
No.
It's like...
And is she the mother of
So they
Kim
reckon this
Kardashian?
is next level face jobs now, and the person that's done it, there's a 2-year waiting list. There, look at that. She looks like 30.
So, she's on a balcony. So she's in a black dress. Is she going to the Oscars or something? No, she's in France. She's in a black dress. She's got sort of like a curl on her head.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she looks very nice, but I don't know how old she is or what she looked like before.
They're saying it's the best facelift ever, people.
But you see, I never will have a facelift, he says. Let's come back in 10 years. But I don't, the thought of a knife going into my face, absolutely
You'll
not.
be asleep, aren't you?
I bloody well better be.
What is a facelift?
It's where they lift your face. They like pull it back.
And then tie it?
Yeah, in some way.
Where?
Behind your ears, I think. Oh, don't. I mean, I'm going to
I'd
probably
never get
faint.
it. I've not had any, and I don't.
Oh, we
plan
can
on doing
see.
it. Might get me.
Maybe we should get on the face Ollie to come and do a whole consultation with Jordan as to what he'd do.
Botox.
Oh, shut up.
I'm not.
I thought there was a time a while ago I thought you'd had it.
I know.
And you hadn't told us.
I think it's just because I had a few more hours sleep, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
No, because he could do your eyes.
What's
and
wrong
he
with
could
my
do your
eyes?
face, maybe a bit of filler in the nose, even out the jawline. But don't get a complex.
No,
No.
clearly not. Clearly not.
No, you're fine. Anyway, what's the Dickens is going on in your life?
Oh, well, at the time of recording, I'm going on Orly Stag Do this weekend.
Oh.
Yeah. Going to Cardiff with a load of army lads. So I'm probably drinking fucking toilet water and shaving pubes onto pizzas and stuff. That's what army lads do, don't they?
Is it?
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, and of course, because Owlie's wedding is the day before we do the Crosswires Festival in Sheffield,
Yes,
isn't it?
of course.
So this is the
I've
warm-up.
got that. And it's not that I'm not looking forward to it, but I'm getting to the age now where, I used to love a stag do. I'd look forward to a stag do all week.
First ever episode of this podcast. You've just come back from a stag do.
I was the best man on Rick's stag do.
Yeah.
That's right. And now I'm just like, just get an Airbnb and go out for a nice meal and come back and play a board game or something. What has
It's a
happened
lot
to
nicer.
me?
Yeah.
And what has happened? Not that I'll be fine. I know I'll be fine once I get there. I'll be like, lads. We get stuck in and that kind of thing. But it's just now, right, I know everyone goes, get up at 4, but with these early hours, the thought of going on the piss all weekend, knowing you're on air on Monday at 6 a.m., I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
So, because it is a full weekend of it.
And so do we know have you been involved in the planning or are you just attending?
No, Mark is best man.
And is it still the etiquette of a stag do that you don't, the stag, it doesn't know what's going on?
Yeah, he knows, I think.
Oh, he knows?
Yeah, he knows.
Oh, I thought it was more meant to be a surprise.
Did I tell you about our Ryan stag do?
No.
With Hallie and Joe?
Oh, yes, you have previously, I don't know if you've shared this on the podcast, but on a live show years ago, you talked about Alejandro.
Yeah, I've talked about it before, didn't I? Not the pod. Have I not talked about it on
You
the
could
pod?
tell it now.
Oh, right. Went to my brother's stag do.
Ryan will be delighted.
Okay. In 2011.
And which upmarket place was
It was
this in?
Magaluf.
Yeah.
Probably one of the best stag do's I've been on, right? And we got a tour guide, and he was lovely. He was called Alejandro. Yeah, but was in the army.
Alejandro?
Yeah, it was lovely, right? Had like a little pink quiff and everything.
A pink quiff?
Yeah, had a pink quiff.
Looked like a troll.
No, like a walnut whip, but pink.
Okay.
Right. And the lads loved him, but obviously he got the nickname Alejandro. It was 2011, right? So before. Right.
Why? Was he...
He was Campus Christmas,
right?
But everyone loved him, right? And he was with us, and the whole point was we paid this package, and he looked after us and got us in and out of clubs and stuff and everything. So Alejandro, as we called him, on the last day, put us all on the coach to go back to the airport, and everyone's hugging him and giving him kisses. All lads loved him, and he says to Ryan, the stag, as he's getting on the
Your brother.
My brother, he went, just to let you know, I sucked off 4 of your blokes. My brother's like, right, he went, yes, I sucked off 4 of your blokes. All these lads are in the army, right? So our Ryan gets on coach and says, right, hear me out. Alejandro's just said he sucked 4 of you off, right? 2 of them are giggling at the back.
Yeah.
So we find out straight away who it were, yeah? Right? I don't know if I can... The third person we found out as well. Okay.
Yeah.
And still to this day, we don't know who the 4th bloke is. So whenever we all get together, they'll go, are you the 4th bloke? I'm like, I swear to God, it's not me. Like, yeah.
Well, have a lovely time.
Also, quickly, I sent you this week.
Hang on.
What?
Producer Ben's getting married this year. He's not with us today, by the way.
Yeah.
We haven't finally cut that wire. But I could maybe organise his stag do. And do you still have Alejandro's number?
Yeah. I don't. I wish
That was a quick yes, John.
I wish I did, because I'd love to speak to him.
On Instagram? Yes, could we book him?
I'll get a picture of that stag do as well for the carousel. We all had to wear togas, right? So
How original.
So we used bed sheets from thing and we just wrapped them around us, and they insisted that we weren't allowed to wear underwear underneath. And then they went...
Very problematic, this stag do, wasn't it?
What was the... So we were like up Magaluf Strip, we're walking up, and they're all in the army. And one of them shouted, what was it he said? Contact or something. One of them just jauntily shouted, contact! Something like that. So automatically, because they trained, they all dropped these lads, yeah, and started crawling up Magaluf Strip. And me and Rick were the only ones that weren't in the army. And this guy's going to me, contact! Fucking contact! Dragged me down, and I had to like crawl up Magaluf Strip like I was... what did he call it?
Like a commando.
Yeah, like a commando.
Ironically, you all were.
Glass in my arm and everything. It's horrific.
Oh,
yeah.
Very homoerotic, that stag do, doesn't it?
No, just ones that you go on with a load of paras.
Right. Okay. I think quite a few of them may need to go and talk to somebody, or just, be true to who they are.
Those 2 lads now have like married girlfriends. They weren't at the time. They were all single. This was...
Oh, John, I know how it works.
They were
been
all,
there, done that. Got the...
God, nearly 20 years
Got the
ago.
STI. But, no, I've never had one. But...
Just because a couple of lads got sucked off by a bloke on a stag do, don't make them gay, William.
Statistically, it's stronger in that direction.
It doesn't make them gay just because they got sucked off by a camp.
No, I know but I know it doesn't, but...
I think they were... For what it's worth...
Do you know who that 4th person is, even if it's not you?
I've got my suspects. I know the 3rd one was pretty shocking.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But I think, I don't know if I'm making it up, but I think the 2 lads who got it done together, I think they were both floppy. I don't think they got... I don't know
if this makes it any better, or I should have even gone down this route.
I don't know how we're getting into this, but yeah.
I
would hate to be on my deathbed and still not know who that 4th bloke was. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Anyway, this week I've also seen something on Instagram from Englishman Mike.
Oh, right.
On Insta, and it just reminded me of you.
Oh, you sent this to me, didn't you?
And I've been realising for years that William Hanson has subtly been telling me to piss off. Now, there's a meme that says how Brits politely tell you to piss off, and William says it at one of these at least once, twice episode, each to their own.
Mm-hmm.
You often say that.
I've said that before.
If you like that sort of thing,
yeah,
you say that all the time. Brave. You've said that.
Like that top.
Here's one. That's one way to do it.
Yeah.
This is literally things you say to me every single week. Another one. Right. Well. You've been subtly and subconsciously telling me to piss off for years.
Yeah, 7.5 years, I think.
Let's not make it weird. That's the last one.
Right. You sent that to me and you went, oh my God, you've been telling me to piss off for years. I said, you've only just noticed. Bless you. It's a very popular meme, that.
Is it?
It's quite annoying because I could have done that as a video.
Yeah, you could have done it. Englishman Mike. I think he's like an Englishman that goes around telling people how to act.
And what's his name?
Englishman Mike.
Right.
Yeah, I'd give him a follow.
Well, I will do.
Quickly, live lesson.
Oh.
Talked about this week on Capital, but I just want to pass it on. You know, you live and learn when you get to a certain age.
Yeah.
Yeah. Write this one down if you want.
Well, I don't have a pen.
Do you want to write it down?
Yeah.
Okay. Never.
Yeah.
Eat.
Shredded.
A flake. In bed. Full stop.
Why would you be eating in bed full stop?
Took a flake to bed on Monday. I was still hungover. No, it was Sunday.
What was their name?
I took a flake to bed.
Right, yeah.
I had a big day out on Saturday.
Right.
Really hungover on Sunday night. Got in bed with a big brew and a flake. Yeah. Flakes are like Greg's pasties, aren't they? They go everywhere.
Well, it's very flaky.
Woke up the next morning, white bedding. There's just little. It looked like I'd pebble dashed my sheets.
Oh, Jordan.
Honestly, it was awful. And then you sleep in it, and obviously normal cups. It was everywhere. So don't take. It's not a good chocolate bar to eat in bed.
I don't think you should be eating in bed full stop.
That and a Nature Valley as well.
That's a yogurt, isn't it?
No, Nature Valley chocolate bar.
Oh, I see.
Those bars, they go everywhere.
Have you ever had a chocolate finger in bed?
No.
No.
But my grandma once told me, Grandma Vish, I'll never forget this, it was very good advice. She went, don't go to bed with an itchy bum because you'll wake up with a dirty finger.
Much missed.
Do you know,
yeah.
I often talk about my grandma Vish, I love her. You know, Blind Date's coming back.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's ITV. Apparently, Holly Willoughby and a few others have been announced.
Willoughby?
He came back a few years ago with Paul O'Grady, but apparently he's coming back. And it always reminded me of watching Blind Date, and my grandma's on a Saturday. And I'll never forget, was there. We used to watch it every Saturday. And I'd had like my tea and toast, and I was sat on a chair next to her. She was smoking away. And she said to me, she took a drag of thing like, I used to have legs like Scylla. Imagine saying that to your like 10-year-old grandson.
A granny always knows.
I used to have legs like Scylla.
Wow.
Anyway.
My father went on about Cilla Black when you and Ben came for dinner.
When I first met him. The thing is, Jordan, what happened to great entertainers like Cilla Black? She was bloody brilliant back in the day. Now it's all... I was like, all right, Brian, fair enough.
Anyway, before we go on to my etiquetteology, can we just talk about events?
Yes, the diary. Do I need to get my calendar out?
No. I would hope one of them is already in the diary because you've invited us. But you mentioned it last week, and I have done all the email admin now.
Yeah.
I believe our menu choices are in.
Have you done the menu choice?
Yes.
Yep.
This Henley Festival thing, is it the Diana Ross night you've invited us to?
Oh, I don't know who's on. I've not looked.
Okay. Because I said to our friend Glenn, and he said, oh, you're going to the Diana Ross night. I was like, oh, I didn't know that wasn't... No, that was a night. I'd love to go to the Diana Ross night.
I'm coming out. I want the world to know. Got to let it go. Come on, sing on. I'm coming out.
No, I'm just going to enjoy this moment.
Got to let it go. We could go and have a dance.
What? Because it's quite fancy, Henley, the festival.
Yeah, I know.
We've got to do black tie. Mike has bought another black tie yesterday because he doesn't fit into his old one.
Oh, God, I need to try mine. I need to get mine. When is it?
July.
Oh, yeah, I've got mine.
It's after Sheffield.
Oh, okay.
2 weekends of complete poles apart.
What are you worried about? Just come dressed...
Because you've invited us, so we have very little information as to what on earth is expected
just
of us.
be there. I'll tell you probably a couple of days before what time you need to be there, and everything will be fine.
And are we staying with you? Where are we staying? Do we need to book a hotel? Are we driving back to London?
Shit, yeah, I need to sort that out. Yeah,
that would be nice to know.
Leave that with me.
Thank you very much.
I once ordered a takeaway pizza. I said, "Can I have a thin and crusty supreme?" And I got Diana Ross. Hey. Right, good job we're not doing Jordan's Jolly Joke of the Week.
No, well, we've basically just done it.
Leave Henley with me. Have you learned how to tie a bow tie yet?
Mm-hmm.
Have you actually?
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't know how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
That's a no.
No, I tell you what, I can do it. It never looks very good. And I think I've said this on this podcast before. go to a gentleman's outfitters that sell bow ties that you do yourself. Get the person in the shop, they can all do it, to do it on you.
Mm-hmm.
And most of them detach either from the actual just behind the bow or at the back of the neck. You then take it home lying flat and you put it in your drawer. And then when you need it, you take it out and you clip it on. Bosh, it's done perfectly.
Okay, right.
Change your life.
All right, what's your etiquetteology on this week?
We're talking about why do men kneel down to propose?
Oh.
Coming up to wedding season.
Mm-hmm.
Producer Ben did it last year with Kat, more or less. Don't actually know if he got on one knee or not, but he proposed to her. So after these messages, I'll tell you all about that.
It's William, the etiquette geek. His knowledge is quite unique. He'll give you manners, a subtle tweak. It's time for William's etiquette-menology of the week. Cha-cha-cha, cha-cha-cha, cha-cha-cha. Cha-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha.
Bash.
What I love about when that jingle plays and you and I can hear it in our ears is it's presumably like going to a silent disco when you take your headphones off at a silent disco because the team are moving around dancing. They can't hear a flipping thing. And it just must feel very odd.
We've been to a silent disco.
We did, yes.
Yeah.
And it was odd when you take your headphones off. It's quite a fun experience because you think it's really noisy and it's just glacially pin drop.
Hence the name. We know how a silent disco works. Right, come on. Etiquetteology of the week.
So why do you think men kneeling down? Where do you think we get it from? Why do you think we do it?
Is it something to do with, obviously, in the old days, like men were seen as superior, so it's like, I'm going to come down a level.
Wow. Okay.
Is that it?
No, I wasn't
I'm not
wowing at
saying
that.
That's right, but like it was, is that the right word, superior?
Well, kneeling in many cultures.
And I don't agree with that.
No.
Now I just got to shut up. I'm getting myself in wraps here.
Kneeling in many cultures is a way of showing deference to someone or something. In the Christian faith, people kneel down to pray or to receive communion. They're showing deference to the importance of these acts.
What does deference mean?
Respect.
Okay.
You know, that I am low. It is, but you are sort of right. I am lower. I'm making myself as small as possible. Kneeling in front of a monarch was originally a sign of subjugation. Basically, that was surrendering to an enemy or to respect paid by a courtier. So the courtiers would bow or curtsy.
Is that where the phrase bend the knee comes from?
Yes. Today, the only time one might be expected to kneel before the monarch is during presentation of a knighthood. So when you probably get your knighthood, it's probably going that way. Only British subjects are expected to kneel. However, non-Brits receiving an honorary knighthood, they can choose to stand. So Terry Wogan, for example, when he got his knighthood, he was Sir Terry, latterly. Yeah. As an Irish citizen, he didn't have to kneel. I don't know if he did or not. I can't remember if there's a photograph.
I thought you have to be British to be a Sir.
You can have an honorary.
Oh.
If you are not British.
Okay.
So, yeah, he got an honorary one. Anyway, in all of these cases, both knees touch the ground. So if you're kneeling in church, taking communion, or you're getting a knighthood, both knees touch the floor. In kneeling to propose, however, the difference is it's only one knee that is on the ground, and this is actually more properly known as genuflection. And that is a mark of respect to a superior. So with a heterosexual couple, you are going, the woman is superior to me, basically.
I was right then.
Ish. I mean, there are a couple of things that you said that we might disagree with, but that's why a man, or indeed a woman during a leap year, if you believe in all that, might choose to kneel or genuflect when proposing. It's not necessarily one of subservience, but of respect to the person that you hope to marry. So there we go.
And is it okay for same-sex couples to get down on one knee?
You can do, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. There's a lovely, one of our favourite programmes, Modern Family, I think obviously it's scripted, but they did it really nicely. Can you remember when Cam and Mitch...
I'm rewatching it.
Yeah, get engaged and they're changing a car tyre and they both go down on... Actually, they go down both knees in that instance to change the tyre. And they realise that they're both doing it, and that's very equal.
I just want to dance at the ballet!
Well, that's a different scene.
It's my favourite.
Yeah.
That's my happy show. When everyone put Friends on, I just put Modern Family on. Lily!
That's Stella.
No, when he's trying to get Lily out of the car.
Oh, I see it, yeah.
And Mitch is on the phone. Oh, by the way, he keeps seeing in the gym.
Oh, yes, because he's over here doing a play.
I keep seeing Mitch in the gym, and I want to say...
Jesse Tyler Ferguson.
Hello to him. But, basically, Cam's trying to smash into the car. Lily's got stuck in there. And he's on the phone to 911, and she goes, can you tell your wife to be quiet? It's Cam in the background going, Lily! Stella! He's my favourite character, Cam. He's my favourite.
Very good character.
He's brilliant.
Anyway, so there we go. Communion, religion, or monarch, 2 knees, proposing, 1 knee.
I do like Eticetology. They've been, since I've like...
Oh, since you started producing them, Jordan, obviously
No. I
just
just say,
skyrocketed.
since in broadcasting, every now and then, you get a little kick up the arse just to say you're falling behind, you're being a bit, and then you've come out and you've started doing really good Eticetology since. So
thank you.
I get it all the time.
Yeah, I know. I've heard your output. What? It's a joke. It's a joke.
I agree.
What?
There's always stuff to work on.
What would you like me to do in a fortnight's time? Do you have a particular topic?
Well, we mentioned before.
The one I want to do, which we did we teased up, is like, where do pizzas come from? Bolognese from Bologna, etc.
Someone DM'd me saying that was made up.
Well, we'll have a look, shall we?
Oh,
we'll look into it.
I genuinely had never heard of Bologna.
Bologna.
Geography's not my
It's all a load of Bologna.
It's all a load of Bologna. Now it's time for your questions and dilemmas. Remember, if you need our help with something, then get in touch. Get in touch. You can send your tales of trepidation to help@sexedmyboss.com. You can DM us. We're at sexedmyboss on the socials. Or you can write to William, who in the fullness of time promises a handwritten reply in one of our luxury greeting cards with executive self-seal envelopes. The address for that is on the website, sexedmyboss.com.
I noticed a great big pile of letters on my makeup station.
I need to reply to that other one that I said I would.
You still haven't done it?
Yeah, I will. Will you remind me this week, please?
Oh, yes.
Thank you. And that's your PA. Well, you are. Oh, I've got a spot there. Look at that. Has it got an head on it yet?
Jordan's now showing me his ear.
Has it got a head on it?
I don't know. I can't really
Can't
see.
wait to get, when you've got a spot brewing and you see an head on it. There's no more satisfying. It's going to, sorry if you're eating, but.
No.
It's going to get.
I'm not eating, but I'm still.
Splat on the mirror, that. It's going to be so satisfying.
This is from Michael. Hello, Jordan, William, EPB, and the whole team. I'm a PhD student in the United States who recently relocated about an hour away from my university to be closer to my partner's workplace. I'm very fortunate to have generous friends who are letting me stay with them 1 or 2 nights a week in my university town to help ease the burden of commuting. As you might know, reliable public transport is practically non-existent here in the great state of Georgia, so driving an hour each way is my only option. Soon I'll be staying overnight on a rotating basis with 3 friends. I was raised to always bring a small token of appreciation when staying in someone's home, and I truly want to show my gratitude without financially overwhelming myself given the ongoing nature of these visits. So here's my dilemma. Should I bring a small gift each time I stay over? Or would it be more appropriate and more sustainable to give each friend one thoughtful, slightly larger gift? And if I opt for the latter, should I give it at the beginning of this arrangement or once it concludes? I'd appreciate any advice, and I'd love any suggestions for meaningful but affordable gifts as well.
I think maybe one nice big gift, if you can afford it, at the end of the agreement.
No, I'd say at the start.
Oh, would you?
Yes, because otherwise they might think, honestly, I've put you up and I haven't got anything from you.
But you could do...
I do bookends. I do one at the start and then maybe a smaller one at the end. Something. Or take them out for dinner one night or something. Why are you looking at me like I've got 4 heads?
Why would you gift bookends?
No.
I'm not with you.
Oh, darling, bless you. No, I would bookend it with a gift when you arrive on your first visit, and then whenever it concludes, so they are like bookends.
I was going to say, is that a thing to do? Is that the etiquette? Bookends is a nice gift, actually. You don't see many of them these days.
My friends Harry and Declan gave me some lovely green malachite bookends only the other week.
I've still got your coasters.
There we go. They're different from bookends, but great.
Similar.
Anyway, don't tell people I've given you coasters because I've spent years slagging them off.
Just get them a nice candle at the end. That's the best gift you can get.
I would still give them something at the start.
A nice scented candle. If you've got Lidl's over there, they do a knockoff Joe Malone one, and it's so good.
No.
Or the M&S. What's it called? Apathy. What's it?
Apothecary.
Yeah.
Apothecary.
Basically, the M&S candles are really good as well. They're really good.
Okay.
They're not 2-day, but you get 3 burners on them. So I'd gift them candles.
But yes, what you can do and cost no money is just keep saying thank you each time. Our next dilemma is from Bailey. Dear William, Jordan, and all the fabulous Sexted team, my boyfriend and I recently attended a dinner party hosted by a dear friend of mine. At one point in the evening, I excused myself from the table to pop upstairs and use the lavatory. After relieving my bladder, I opened the door to find my boyfriend, an absolute hunk who could give the gorgeous Jordan a run for his money, waiting outside looking hot AF. He encouraged me to back into the bathroom, and there we proceeded to have the most passionate and vivacious sex we've ever had in our relationship to date.
Go on, Bailey.
The dilemma. Well, I climaxed with such enthusiasm that I flung my foot, still encased in the stiletto, against the lavatory, and to my horror, cracked the ceramic. Mortified, I composed myself, headed back downstairs, and resumed my lemon sorbet without breathing a word. My boyfriend made his own inconspicuous return to the party several minutes later. Now I'm racked with guilt. I haven't confessed to my friend, and I assume the damage is going to be a costly fix. So my question is, what is the correct etiquette when a particularly spirited mid-dinner party rendezvous results in significant bathroom damage at someone else's house? Should I fess up? Or does discretion outweigh confession in this case? Yours passionately, Bailey, a devoted G&Diva.
Bailey. Sometimes that
I mean, how long were you? I mean, I know you're heterosexual, but how long, and it won't take long, but how long were you in that bathroom?
I know, yeah.
Because I'd be like, are they all right?
It could have just been a quickie.
Very quickie.
It sounds like it was a quickie. You know, like a...
Straight in, no kissing.
Straight in, no kissing. I wouldn't confess personally, but then they'll know it was someone, and I think it'll make it worse if you ring up.
They won't necessarily know that it was caused because of sex.
Yeah, but they'll know it was one of the guests.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't confess.
You could just say, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I slipped, and I put my hand out to hit this to sort of support myself on the cistern, and it cracked."
What is it they've cracked?
The cistern, I think. You know, the bit that holds the water. Not the actual loo itself, the fresh water that's...
Yeah, I just it's one of those where I probably wouldn't unless they mentioned it. It's best, yeah.
No, because then I would...
Be like, why didn't you tell me at the time?
Okay, let's imagine Mikey and I come to yours for dinner.
All right.
Okay, you've served us something lovely you've put in the slow cooker.
Mm-hmm.
We've finished eating it.
Yep.
We need to go to the loo, almost inevitably.
What's wrong with a slow cooker?
No, nothing. No.
You love that chili.
I didn't say anything of the sort. Don't read into anything I've said.
It was your tone.
Oh, was it? Right, well.
Why do people hate slow cookers?
Anyway, I go into the bathroom.
Which one?
The downstairs, whichever one you've shown me into using.
Okay.
I flush the loo. I wash my hands.
Mm-hmm.
I open the door. There's Mikey, looking like a gorgeous hunk of spunk. He looks at me.
Yeah.
We make eye contact.
Mm-hmm.
He walks forward. The door closes.
Yeah.
The door locks. Oh, we're going at it.
What are you doing?
Oh.
Christ.
Okay.
You're enough to turn me asexual, honestly.
And I break your loo.
Yeah.
Would you not be annoyed when you go in there later to clean it, in between scraping out the mushrooms, when you notice...
You are getting digs in today.
When you notice that someone's cracked your loo and hasn't fessed up.
And you, what are you asking me there?
Well, would you not be annoyed? You go, hang on.
I think it's class. I'd be like, you know...
But you don't know it was because of sex. I could have been really... I could have just kicked your cistern in.
I'd know. I'd be like, you know, the UK's leading etiquette expert. He got shagged in that bathroom and broke that sink. What do you think of that? Yes, you can
I've broken the sink as well, have I?
Yes, you can get a picture taken. Go on. Yeah, William Hanson. Yeah, I do podcast here. Yeah, got bummed right there.
Excuse me, I'm not... Right.
I wouldn't say anything personally. That's my opinion on that one. What are you saying?
I'm saying I think you should say something, but you don't need to say why.
Okay. All right.
This is from Sam. Dear producer Ben, first, because you're underappreciated like me. William and Jordan. Ben, do you want to say anything?
Hi, guys.
He's not here. He's at some festival somewhere.
He's in a festival in Basel. Who's got the dog this week? Honestly, I'm going to call social services on. What's the social services for dogs?
RSPCA. I work at a livery yard where people pay to keep their horses, and we, the staff...
Is that what they're called?
Yes, the staff, look after them. I've become good friends with the owner of the yard and another staff member. There's ongoing banter between the three of us about who's the better employee. Spoiler alert, it's me. I work longer shifts, more days, and often do extra work with no overtime pay.
Don't.
Do the bare minimum.
No, don't do the bare minimum, but make sure you're getting paid for it.
The other staff member has been there a few months longer and frankly is a witch. I suspect my boss is slightly scared of her and pretends she's the favourite, even though there's absolutely no merit to it. Despite this small hurdle, over the past few months, we've all become good friends. The other staff member, her husband, my boss, her boyfriend and me, we formed a charming quintet. They even introduced me to your glorious podcast. I hope they don't recognise themselves. And so we get to my dilemma. On a recent drunken evening with said staff members and her husband, I've learned that the four of them, yes, the staff member, her husband, my boss and her boyfriend, all have tickets to your live show in Sheffield on the 5th of July.
Oh.
I've not been invited. I have not had the event even mentioned to me by my boss and have since discovered the show is now sold out. So even if I wanted to be a sad tag-along, I couldn't be. My questions are thus, will my boss admit they're going without me? Will they at least take a cardboard cutout of my face to pretend I'm there? What on earth should I do that night to distract myself from this portrayal? Is this the end of the quintet? Should I hand my notice in immediately and ride off dramatically on a horse? Your salty and heartbroken fan, Sam.
Oh, wow.
I tell you what, unfortunately, Mikey can't come to Sheffield. Sam can have Micah's ticket.
Oh, okay.
There we go. Sam, would you like Micah's ticket?
Oh, get back in touch. That's very kind of you.
There we go.
Do you know I've not got anyone on guest list?
That makes a change.
Oh, can't think of anyone.
I should turn a profit this time.
Oh.
Lovely. Next is a dilemma from Anonymous. Dear William and Jordan et al. My mother raised us 5 siblings in total with the firm instruction to always cover our mouths when yawning, coughing or sneezing. Quite right. Mm-hmm. In public or when around others, I have no trouble remembering this. However, when I'm alone and a yawn catches...
What is it about a yawn? When someone says it, you just yawn, don't you?
Yeah.
You're going to yawn now.
I'm going to try and hold it in.
That's so weird, isn't it?
However, when I'm alone and a yawn catches me, I still instinctively cover my mouth, always with my right hand as I'm right-handed. The problem arises when, mere seconds later, someone approaches to say hello. I then find myself awkwardly offering the very hand I've just used to shield a yawn. It's a small moment, but one that always leaves me feeling rather uncomfortable. So I'm wondering, what is the proper etiquette when it comes to covering one's mouth for these involuntary bodily actions? Is there a preferred method that avoids this awkward aftermath? And in moments where a sneeze comes on suddenly and a tissue isn't at hand, what is the most polite and acceptable course of action? I suppose, more broadly, I'm asking what etiquette dictates we do when bodily functions give us little warning or control. Looking forward to your wisdom and hoping to avoid another awkward handshake. Warmest regards, Anonymous. Don't know why you needed to stay anonymous for that one. If I'm completely honest, that's...
Sometimes I miss the poo dilemmas and stuff. Just every now and then. I mean, it's a yawn. No one's going to die. No one's bothered. What are they saying? Can you shake someone's hand?
Well, can I... Anonymous. I don't know why you need to.
Why are you being anonymous? We've had people send their name in and admitted they've used the mum's dildos, for God's sake.
Yeah, that is not an anonymous dilemma.
You don't need to be anonymous for that, but we respect your privacy. We don't relieve our...
We don't relieve.
We
don't do that either.
We don't reveal our source as anonymous.
Use your left hand to cover your yawn. Just get into the habit of using your left hand.
Okay.
Because then when you shake hands with the right hand, it's clean.
Part of me is really, and I think many people listening right now, right, is really envy of Anonymous. Because that is the biggest worry in their life.
Well, I was even for me.
And look, we all get stressed. We've all got problems, worries and strifes. And for that to be your biggest one, you must be the happy. I would love to be friends with you. That's very sweet. A very sweet and lovely dilemma.
You could also, if you can't stop using your right hand, turn the hand over and use the sort of the front of your hand. Oh.
Oh, no, that's very...
Yeah, well, that's fine.
Now. Sometimes I stick my finger in people's mouths when they yawn. Not strangers.
Well, don't.
But you know when someone yawns and your brother go, you stick your finger in the mouth, don't you?
Well, to be honest, if they haven't put their hand in front of the mouth, they deserve that, probably.
Are you one of those couples when you go up the stairs, does Mikey poke your bum?
I normally go behind.
Does he actually do it? Does he?
I don't like people walking behind me.
When you go up the stairs, there's loads of memes about it. It's the most normal, natural thing. If you don't do it, it's weird.
He goes first and I poke his bottom. That's totally fine.
Do you ever, just when you're in the kitchen, you just walk past him and just slap him on the arse? You do, don't you? Yes, you little minx. You little minx. Do you know what? It's one of those things where if you're in a relationship, it's very normal. You just, if they're in the kitchen, they bend over, you just slap them on the arse. My dad still does it with my mum when I went round to Spain.
Right.
He did it once in Asda's. I'll never forget it.
I wouldn't do it in public.
He went, your ass looks good in them jeans, love. And I'll never forget it.
And what did she say?
She went, oh, crayons. the most normal thing ever.
Okay. And we'll finish with this from Michelle. Dearest William, Jordan, and the rest of the Sexted team, please help my fiancé and I settle a long-standing dispute about fine dining etiquette. No, it should be my fiancé and me. I'm so sorry. We were recently...
I think you make it up with that. It makes no sense. You corrected me the other day when we were doing that talk. It just makes...
Sorry.
Fiancé and I, fiancé and me. It doesn't make... You just make...
No, you solicited my opinion. You turned and went, have I got it right?
It don't matter.
We were recently enjoying an exquisite meal at a 3-star Michelin restaurant in the US when my European fiancé brought up something that, according to him, drives him absolutely mad about how Americans eat. He says he cannot stand the way Americans cut and eat their food, specifically that we cut with the knife in the right hand and fork in the left, then set the knife down, switch the fork to the right hand, and eat the bite we've just cut. Having been sent to etiquette school by my father when I turned 13, I calmly explained, well, actually, that is the proper way to cut and eat food in a fine dining setting. Not only is that how I was taught, but it's also how I always eat. Since then, we've reached a complete stalemate.
Are we listening to Radio 4 here? What is going on this week? You can tell Ben's off. I quite like it. I actually quite like it. We sound like proper, like, highbrow.
This is my normal life.
I know. This is quite amazing.
He insists it looks absurd, like we're not coordinated enough to eat properly. And he says, referring to the European method where the knife remains in the right hand, the fork in the left, and the bite is consumed without switching hands, he claims everyone in Europe mocks the American style. I, on the other hand, find the European method somewhat abrupt, even barbaric, if we're being honest. So we've decided to let the Sexted team, be our final word on the matter. In a fine dining setting, what is the correct way to cut and eat your food? Bonus question. Oh, fantastic. Because we know etiquette can vary by geography, when dining abroad, should one conform to the local custom, or is it acceptable to adhere to the etiquette in which one was trained? Thank you for all the joy, entertainment, and congeniality you bring into so many lives each week. We're looking forward to your judgment, whatever it may be. Warmest regards, Michelle.
Over to you.
No, over to you. Let's hear from the UK's leading etiquette expert, Jordan North.
Well, I zoned out halfway through. I'm not going to lie. Okay.
Because what have you written on your script?
No, don't. That's for a joke. Don't read it out. Don't read it out. Now you're just gonna
I can't even read it.
Okay, don't cut that bit. So I zoned out halfway through. I'm not going to lie.
What is your opinion on the American zigzag way of eating?
I don't like how Americans scoop with a knife.
Scoop with a knife?
Like they eat with a fork, sorry.
Yeah, well, that's sort of what she's saying.
You're meant to use your fork that way, aren't you? What am I doing? I'm not that bothered about it.
Shall I take this one?
Yes, please.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you.
So,
Jesus.
Michelle, I'm afraid I am siding with your fiancé. So the American informal way of eating, and I stress informal, is, as you say, the zigzag method, where you start with both, you cut a bit, you set the knife down on the uppermost portion of the plate, you turn the fork over in your dominant hand, stab it and eat, turn it back over in your non-dominant hand, pick up the knife, cut, and you repeat. It's an aerobic exercise. It's not actually eating. And that's absolutely fine if that is how you want to eat, as long as you can get the food from the plate into your mouth without making mess and without making noise, you go for it. However, a lot of my American etiquette colleagues will advocate what the Americans will call the continental style of eating, what we would call correct, which is where you have the fork and the knife, and you just use the knife, fork, and you hold both, and you just eat, just how you've been raised to eat. That is considered in etiquette land, in any country, the more correct way of eating. Michelle, if that's what you want to do, you do you. I don't lose any sleep on it because you do that, but your fiancé is correct.
Okay. Very highbrow ones today.
So highbrow you couldn't even answer it.
Yeah. It was very highbrow.
But I've enjoyed that.
Let's go back to normality. Dear William, Jordan and the Sexted team, how'd you get shit out your knickers? Love, Charlotte in Doncaster.
Oh, that's what you'd written.
Well, Charlotte in Doncaster. That's what I mean. Love the show. Thank you. Thank you for your questions and dilemmas. Remember, you can use personal as well. Non-bio, it's really good for that. Thank you for your questions and dilemmas. It was made up. I don't know where I'm going with this. Thank you for your questions and dilemmas. Remember, you can listen and watch every Tuesday and Friday. And on the next episode, we've got some of your Sexted slogans. We'll be back on Friday.
And not just that, I'll be going through your search history. Brace yourselves.
No, you're not. No, he's not.